The next Apple TV box seems to be coming very soon, and you know what? I didn't think I could be this excited for a TV streaming box, but you see, it's so much more than just a TV streaming box. It could open up a whole new era for Apple home products. And gaming. We're going to be talking about gaming. I'm Bridget Carey. This is the weekly Apple Show, One More Thing. So let's get into why changes to this little box could be such a big deal for Apple's future, and why you might soon find yourself buying one more iPhone accessory. When Apple holds its big iPhone event in September, there is a chance Apple could also reveal something about an updated version of the Apple TV 4K box. Or it might not until later this fall, but either way, rumors have been swirling for months that a new Apple TV box is coming sometime this year. Now, the current box came out 3 years ago, and it has been a dandy machine in all the times I have used it for streaming or doing some casual Apple Arcade gaming. But if Apple boosts the processor, it can open up even more possibilities. Mac Rumors reported it found clues in the code of some Apple software that referenced unreleased devices and chips, and that included a new model of the set-top box with an A17 Pro chip. Now, the A17 Pro is the chip that came out 2 years ago with the iPhone 15 Pro models. It is also still being made for the iPad mini. Do you know what that means? It means we're gonna get the sickest Snoopy screensavers ever. I mean, we could, but that's not what I'm talking about. It means it could be great for video games, the kind of high budget and high profile games you usually just see for desktop PCs or consoles. The A17 Pro chip helps graphics run smoother with higher frame rates, so environments look more detailed as you're running and jumping around. It means more dynamic lighting for fire and weather effects. It means if there's a water game, the waves and reflections are going to be more realistic. It means that you can have faster response to the game even in heavily detailed worlds. It also means you could play one of those new Resident Evil games on your TV, and that's great for people who like being impressed with the reflection of light that bounces from an oozing zombie about to chew your face off, but I'd rather just stick to more pretty games, please. Thank ya. So it makes you wonder, could Apple truly enter the console wars? Now, these games already play on an iPhone, but if they are also on an Apple TV, it's like you can just switch back and forth between handheld and the living room TV. Maybe you want to let off some steam or play co-op with your best friend, perhaps your ally? It would be epic. The A17 Pro would not be the only upgrade. Bloomberg reports that Apple made its own new chip component that combines Wi-Fi and Bluetooth together. It doesn't sound that exciting, but it also uses Wi-Fi 6E for faster wireless speeds and reduced interference. You see, the Apple TV 4K could be among the first devices to get it, along with this year's iPhone 17. Bloomberg reported on that for months now, and this new chip does things like pair with accessories like headphones and speakers. You know, things that Apple also makes. Headphones, good for gaming. Speakers, like the new HomePods that are rumored to be coming out. So if Apple controls the whole experience and does it on its own chips, it ideally can work closely together with its own systems, maybe sync data faster across devices. And that also puts Apple in the perfect position for releasing more smart home tech, like security cameras, or maybe some kind of speaker hub with a screen, or dare I say, a tabletop robot. All things that Bloomberg has reported as something Apple's cooking up. But that's all future stuff. It starts with the Apple TV 4K as the brains, and it builds from there. Oh, and of course, since the A17 Pro chip supports Apple Intelligence, it means that the TV will be ready for Siri when she gets her full glow up sometime in 2026. What about the look of this box? Could something change on the outside? Some pundits say Apple could put a camera here for FaceTime calls. I mean, right now, you can do FaceTime on your Apple TV by using an iPhone or iPad. And that new TV OS 26 software, it makes FaceTime look good. But I don't know if people would get much out of a camera if they're just gonna hide their TV box in their cabinets. Perhaps Apple could shift the material from plastic to something else that would be more sustainable to help achieve its carbon neutral goals. But in the end, people just want a cheaper version of the Apple TV. There was some buzz from an analyst that maybe Apple could release a $99 version of the box, but that prediction was made long before all of this banter about US tariffs raising prices of tech goods everywhere. So I wouldn't bet on it getting any cheaper. Regardless of what's on the outside, it's clear Apple has a lot of reason to update the inside. The current one does work great, and you may not feel a spec bump is compelling enough to dish out another $130. And also, a boost in chips doesn't get you the next season of Severance any faster, but it will mean big things to the future of Apple gear in your home for the next 3 or 4 years. Because Apple is rumored to be working on more smart home tech, and that means a smarter Apple TV 4K might be less about the TV and more about the home. So did I get you hyped up about the TV box? Would you be game for getting one if Apple updated it this fall? Now this thing I pulled out in the beginning, it is the latest Backbone Pro little controller for the iPhone. Tell me in the comments what you think about Apple's potential future in gaming and what games I should try out with this iPhone controller. I just started playing with it. I'll catch you next Friday for one more thing.